unfortunately, this is another import from Asia. The emerald ash-boring beetle, and I wanted to give you a little information about it. That's what took down the trees that we had in our backyard. We had 3 huge trees that were really great at providing shade in our backyard. And if you've been following our channel for a little while, then you were there to see the videos of the trees coming down, which you can still, just look back in my history and you'll find them. It's only been a couple months ago. But the emerald ash-boring beetle, they can only fly about 15 kilometers. So it's really important that if you have wood taken down, it's not taken out of the county. It's against the law to transport wood that's infested with the emerald ash-boring beetle, to take it out of the county. And this is in a lot of different states. Virginia is now one of them. And it's been found in Michigan and Ontario, and they believe that it's been in the area since the 1990s. Experts believe that the emerald ash-boring beetle was first introduced to Detroit, and it was hidden inside wood packing materials or shipping crates that arrived from Asia. That's what they believe. Here in Virginia, the emerald ash-boring beetle has hit really hard and killed a large portion of the ash tree population. And let's see. So there's several things that you'll see if a tree has been infested with the emerald ash-boring beetle. You'll see that a large portion of the tree will be dead. From the crown down, it will start dying back, and so you'll only have like the greenery towards the bottom. That's one of the first signs. You're going to have bark deformities, which is vertical cracks that, I'm not sure if I have a picture of this, but we had one tree that had a crack going, it was about 3 or 4 feet long, where it was just peeled back. You'll have yellowing foliage. You'll have woodpecker, a lot of woodpecker damage. That is usually a heavy indication that you have. And there will be D-shaped exit holes where the larvae. So you'll also have underneath the bark, you'll see the larvae trails, which I will show video of. As the larvae track underneath the wood. The insects themselves, as an adult, are bright metallic green. They're wood-boring beetles, about 8 to 14 millimeters long, and that's about a half an inch. They're about 1/8 of an inch wide. They have an elongated but flat head, elongated body and a flat head. Underneath the wings is usually a bright red color. The pupae is, the pupae is 10 to 15 millimeters long, and it's creamy white in color. And as it develops, it takes on the adult coloration. The larvae is 25 to 32 millimeters long at maturity. They're creamy white in color. They have a brown head, a flat, broad-shaped body, and 10 segmented abdomen, or with bell-shaped segments, and a fork-like appendage on the tip of the abdomen. Adult beetles will actively feed on the plant foliage throughout their lives. The adults will lay their eggs in the crevices on the tree host, or on the bark, or under the bark scales. And that usually occurs around late June, early July, when the but it can depend on local climate as to when they start laying their eggs. To hatch, the larvae have to chew through the side of the egg that is stuck to the bark and bore into the sapwood or the phloem phloem, or cambium part of the bark. Sorry, I'm reading off the website because I don't want to get any of this information wrong, because it's really important. If you see damage, that you get your trees treated immediately so that you don't lose the trees. So to hatch, they have to chew through the side of the egg and through the bark, where they're going to form pupal chambers to overwinter. And you'll see that in the video I'm going to post after I read this, of what our trees look like. When the population becomes large enough, the feeding under the bark, it will eventually lead to the tree's death, because the bark is a tree's skin, so to speak. But the tree's bark is its skin. So without the bark there to protect the tree will die. So pupation actually occurs in early spring. And that's where you're going to really start seeing the limbs drop, because the tree's it's dying. It starts dropping its limbs. And when the beetle is fully developed, it will chew out of the bark of the tree, leaving a distinct D-shaped hole in the bark, capital D-shaped hole. They begin to emerge in late spring, depending on the temperature, and they're able to fly immediately after they emerge. So, and that, they can spread. So it's really important to keep trees in the same area so that you're not spreading the beetles. So there's 3 trees that host these, not of their own choice, but they host these ash-boring beetles. And it's the green ash, the black ash, and the white ash. Okay, another sign that the tree is being killed is it will start sending out, it's called epicormic branches. They're just like shoots that come out at the bottom of the tree. It's just where the tree is trying to survive. And we had that, like a lot. Let's see, I think I've covered everything else as far as that goes. Distribution. Hang on just a second. So I will insert a picture of a map. This was as of 2018. Okay, so as of 2018, this is what the infestation looked like, and how widespread it has become in the United States. It's much more than that now. And here is a breakdown of the counties in which the emerald ash boring beetle has been discovered, on the East Coast anyway. Because that's where the heaviest infestation is. But that's also where the heaviest ash trees are. The invasive species of America can give you a lot more information. This is the Kirby bomb. He likes to be up here with mommy. They can give you a lot more information as far as how to treat and manage, to hopefully save your ash trees. But there, you can look online and look in your specific state if your state has is affected by these beetles. Look at your state, a cooperative branch. They should have some information there. So I'm going to insert some pictures of what the beetle actually looks like. And then I'm going to insert footage of what damage it did to our trees so that you can see what it looks like, what damage they leave behind, and possibly identify before it gets that bad. Now, we knew when we moved here that we had the ash-boring beetles in our trees. And so we knew they were eventually going to die. They were already more than 50% affected, so we didn't feel like it was worth the money to try to save the trees, unfortunately. Yeah, when they're over halfway affected, you're just pretty much wasting your money if you try to save them. So we didn't. And it took them, I don't know, 3 to 5 years to die. die back to where they were mostly dead. When they were cut down, two trees were completely dead, and one tree was mostly dead. It was already sending out shoots from the bottom. So, yeah. But these beetles can be very devastating. So, I don't know, be on the watch for them. If you see them, notify. Who would you notify? So in most, as is in most cases, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Preventing them in the first place is a lot more productive than trying to treat afterwards. And to prevent, don't move firewood because the larvae could be hiding inside. Learn to identify the emerald ash boring beetle, its signs and its symptoms. Spread the word, educate your family and friends of the potential threat, which is what I'm doing here. And report any sightings to your local report it to your local cooperative extension. There should be one for every county in Virginia. I don't know about other states, but in Virginia there should be a cooperative extension for every county. So yeah. So they were first detected in Fairfax County in Virginia in 2003. So that's a pretty fast spread for an insect. So if you find an emerald ash boring beetle, call the USDA Emerald Ash Borer Hotline at 1-866-322-4512 or your local USDA Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service office if you think you have an infestation. Record the area where you found the insect and take photos of the insect along with any damage that you've seen. Don't remove the firewood from your property or carry it across state lines. That is against the law. So yeah, it's against the law to even carry it outside of the county, at least in Virginia, or in our county where we live, because we were looking at how to get rid of them. So that's something we found out in the process. So don't move firewood. Buy your firewood from local sources and burn it where you buy it. Buy kiln dried firewood. And before spring, burn your remaining firewood supply to eliminate the chance of the emerald ash boring beetle spreading to live trees. So anyway, if you do cut down ash trees and you have that for firewood, you want to burn all of that wood up before spring so that those don't hatch out if they're in there, so that they don't hatch out to infest other trees. So if you want some more information, you can visit emeraldashborer.info. So there's a lot more information there. And a lot of the information I found today, I found on Arbor Day Foundation. So you can also look at their website, which is arborday.org, for information. So that will do it for my video for today. Just be aware of the invasive species that are in your area, so that you can watch out for them and take steps to prevent further infestation. Right here, you can see, here's an up close and personal look at what happens. This is why the tree bark comes off. And the bark is the tree's skin, okay? So when the bark gets busted off, it's like a huge wound that never heals. And so this is what those beetles do. And I'm doing a separate video about the beetle, so I will probably put this footage in there. But these are what they cut off of that tree right there. So Yahuah bless you and keep you and give you shalom. Until next time. Yah bless.